Good morning, students. This is grade 7 Computer Science, chapter 3. Chapter name is Advanced Features of Microsoft Excel. In last video class, also we have discussed some concepts related to MS Excel. In this chapter, we will discuss some advanced features of Microsoft Excel. Let me see what are all the concepts we are going to see in this video class. That is, the agenda of this video class is sorting data, filtering data, advanced filter, conditional formatting. Okay, before we discuss about this topic, I want to tell some informations. That means, for example, if you have created a student information table which contains 1000 records in Excel worksheet, okay, I'm asking you to arrange the students marks in ascending or descending order. Manually I'm asking you to do that work. So it is very tedious because the student table contains 1000 records. We can't do the toss, that means arranging the marks ascending order, very tedious task. So Excel provides us some features to organize the data in specific order. Not only Excel provides the features of sorting the data, and also it provides filtering the data and creating the charts. Let me see one by one. So the first topic is what? Sorting the data. What is meant by sorting? So sorting means it is nothing but arranging the data in ascending order or a descending order. You know, in mathematical concepts you have studied that concept, ascending and descending. When your maths teacher ask you to arrange the values, arrange the numbers in ascending and descending order, so like that only here, not only we are arranging the values, as well as we can arrange the text. For example, student name also in alphabetical order we can arrange. Okay, let me see, with the help of the Excel software I will explain to you. So what is meant by sorting? Sorting is nothing but arranging the data in an ascending or descending order, okay, according to the given criterion. Let me see. Here I have created employee details. Okay, that's in, it is our assumption that organization name is ABC. It contains how many columns? 7 columns. So what are all? Employee number, employee name, their state, then designation, a basic, allowances, total salary. Okay, so the employee details contains 7 columns, and how many records? 7 records. Okay, for example purpose only I have given this. Okay, so organization name is what? ABC. Here I am going to arrange the data, that means a particular column values either in ascending or descending order. For consider the column basic. Here the values are given in an not in ascending or in a descending order. I am going to arrange this column values in an ascending order. First, what we have to do? We have to do some steps for sorting the data. Let me see. First one, you have to select the column to sort the data. Next, here home, insert, page layout, these are all the tab. Okay, so in this we have to select data tab. Okay, after clicking this data tab, some groups are displayed. In this you choose the sort and filter group. You choose the sort and filter group. In that you have to click the option sort. You have to click the option sort. Okay, after that, here the sort warning dialog box is open. Here you have to click the sort button. In that See here student, I will explain. In that sort dialog box is open. First you have to check the my data has headers. If it is unchecked, just you have to check this. Okay. Then a column, then sort on order is available. In this sort by, you have to click the sort by option. When you are clicking this drop down of the sort by option, drop down arrow of the sort by option, it displays the column values. In which column you are going to sort, that is basic. Okay, click the column basic. Then it contains only values. I am going to arrange the basic column values either in ascending order. So when you are clicking this order drop down arrow, it displays some options: smallest to largest, largest to smallest, and custom list. Here we have to choose smallest to largest because I am going to arrange the column of basic values in ascending order. So I have to choose smallest to largest. After choosing this, at last we have to click the OK button. Now the basic column values are sorted in ascending order. So related to that, corresponding columns are also changed. Related to this, the corresponding column values are also changed. Did you understand student how to sort the data? Okay. The next topic is filtering the data. Next topic is what? Filtering the data. For what purpose we are using this concept? If we want to hide the unwanted data temporarily, if you want to hide the unwanted data temporarily, we can use this filter concept. So by using the filtering data, we can hide unwanted data temporarily by specifying conditions, so that only the certain data certain data is displayed on the worksheet. Is it clear student? I will explain to you with the help of the Microsoft Excel. I will show to you. I am going to take that same table. Consider this employee details. You know it contains 7 columns and 7 rows. Okay, that is it contains 7 records. First you have to select the data. First you have to select the columns to filter. Here employee name and their states also given. I am going to filter that employee names and state those who are living in Delhi city. Those who are living in Delhi city, state Delhi, I am going to filter. Okay. So the remaining data, what I am going to do? I am going to hide that remaining data. Don't forget student, what I am going to do here, I'm going to display the employee name, those who are living in this state Delhi. Okay. Here employee name, state, both columns I am going to choose. After choosing this, what you have to do, click on data tab. Already the data tab is open. Here consider the sort and filter group. In that option you have to choose, in that group you have to choose the filter option. When you are clicking this option, so how many columns you have choose, for that column the drop down arrow is appeared. So here I have choose employee name as state. In that, after clicking this filter option, then drop down arrow is appeared. Okay. Here based on the state only I am going to get the employee name. I am going to display the employee name and their corresponding state. Okay. I want to filter only the Delhi state only. So what I have to do here, in state column, you have to click the drop down arrow. When you are clicking this, it displays the a list of places, list of states. All the states are checked here. What you have to do, you need only Delhi state. So first you have to click this Delhi. First you have to uncheck all the state except Delhi. You have to uncheck all the state except Delhi. So see here, I unchecked all the state except Delhi. After checking this Delhi, the state Delhi, you have to click the OK button. So what will happen? Let me see. Now see here student, so the employee name and that corresponding state, that means those who are living in the state Delhi, their details only displayed on the worksheet. Is it clear student? Don't forget. So see here student, when here the employee name state only we have chosen. Here the drop down in state column, the drop down arrow is changed into filter, icon. To remove this filter icon, what we have to do? Again we have to click the filter option on the sort and filter group. Okay. Now that here the filter option is removed. Did you understand student? For what purpose we are using the filter of filtering the data? If you want to hide the unwanted data temporarily, we can use this filter concept. Which details only we need, we can take, then remaining details we can hide. Okay. The next topic is advanced filter. Next topic is what? Advanced filter. Why we are using this advanced filter? Having any idea? I will explain. So the advanced filter is used to filter the data set. Advanced filter is used to filter a data set depending on user defined criteria. Here criteria is defined by the user. Criteria is defined by the user. This is a special feature. How we can use this special feature? Before we are using the special feature, you have to define the list range and criteria range. Okay. So we can apply this advanced filter concept to several columns of data simultaneously. If you want to use this advanced filter feature, first you have to define a list range and criteria range. What does mean by list range? That means the range in which you specify, that means the range with data you want to filter. The range with data you want to filter is called list range. What does mean by criteria range? The range in which you specify criteria. The range in which you specify criteria is called criteria range. Okay. Let me see. I will tell the example. With the help of the example, I will explain. Consider the Excel worksheet. In this, the same example, with the help of the same example, I am going to explain the concept advanced filter. Okay. Here, what I am going to do means, I will tell before what I am going to do. Basic and allowances. I'm going to apply the criteria in basic column and allowances column. What I'm going to do? I'm going to display the details of employee, those who are getting a basic above 20,000. are equal to 20,000 and allowances above 4,000 are equal to 4,000. Don't forget student, here I need the employee details of, that means I need the details of employee, those who are getting a basic more than 20 are equal to 20,000 and allowances more than 4,000 are equal to 4,000. Okay, let me see how we can do this concept with the help of the advanced filter. We have to follow some steps. What we have to do? First, I am going to choose the column. I am going to copy the column and it will be pasted into the row 18. Okay, when you are pasting the column in a new location, you have to leave one space. Okay, the next step, what I have to do here, I am going to apply the criteria. Here the criteria is what? Greater than or equal to 20,000. Greater than or equal to 20,000. Allowance is what? That is greater than or equal to 4,000. Both the conditions should be true. If both the conditions are true, related to that conditions, the employee details are displayed. I am going to display the employee details based on the conditions into a new location. Okay, so let me see a first step. First, you have to click the column headings and copy into new location. Then here you have to apply the criteria. After that, what you have to do? You have to click the data tab. You have to click the data tab here. In that, what you have to do here, after clicking the data tab, click on advanced filter. In sort and filter group, you choose the option advanced. Okay, then before that student, we have to select the list range. Okay, then advanced filter. After that, you have to choose the option advanced, which is in sort and filter group. Then here advanced filter dialog box is appeared. Here. After that, you have to click the list range. Here, filter the list in place, copy to another location. Two actions are given. What is the meaning for this? That means if you want to overwrite the original list, means you have to choose the filter the list in place. No need. You want to display the result. That means if you want to create the filtered list at your new location, you have to choose copy to another location. After clicking this, first you have to click the list range. Okay, so the list range, here you have to mention the list range. Okay, then after that, you have to click the criteria range. You have to select the criteria range. Here the list range I have selected from A4 to G11. Don't forget student, A4 to G11. Okay, then criteria range. When you are clicking this, it asks to select the criteria range. Here the criteria range I have selected from A18 to G19. Okay. Then after that, in which cell you are going to copy? In which cell you are going to create the filtered list? At a new location only you are going to create the filtered list. No, you have to select the new location. For example, A21 only I am going to choose. A21. Okay, I have chosen. After that, at last, after selecting the list range and criteria range and in which location you are going to create a filtered list, finally you should click the OK button. Now see here, student, that records are filtered based on the criteria. Did you understand? The employee details are displayed at a new location based on specific criteria. See here, that basic more than 20,000 are equal to 20,000, and also allowances more than 4,000 are equal to 4,000. Related to that criteria, that records are displayed. Employee details are displayed. So totally these are all fully list range. So this is what criteria range, and this is based on this criteria we have got some result. Did you understand, student? Okay. The next one is, okay, the next concept is what? Conditional formatting. Next concept is what? Conditional formatting. So what is meant by conditional formatting? Having any idea? What is meant by conditional formatting? So this is the specific advanced formatting feature. This is advanced formatting feature. Okay, the Excel provides the advanced formatting feature is known as conditional formatting. It enables you to apply formatting to cells by specific particular condition. Here you can apply the condition to cells. Okay, here you can apply the condition to cells. We will discuss. I will explain with the help of MS Excel. With the help of MS Excel. Okay, we have to follow some steps. How we can do the same table only I'm going to take. Here I'm going to apply the condition to the column basic. Here I'm going to apply the condition to the column basic. First, what we have to do, in which column, in which cells, okay, in which cells you are going to apply the conditional formatting, you have to select that cell. So basic, under the basic it contains some values. No, I'm going to apply this conditional formatting to this cell. First you have to select the column basic. This is the first step. Then second step, next you have to click the home tab. Next you have to click the home tab. After clicking the home tab, it contains many group. What are all? Clipboard, font group, alignment group, number, styles group, cells, editing group. Here you have to choose the conditional formatting which is in styles group. Okay, here you have to choose the option conditional formatting which is in styles group. Okay, in this option it contains the drop down arrow. It contains drop down arrow. When you are clicking this, it displays the different options. Okay, each and every options are having drop down arrow. When you are clicking this drop down arrow, it moves, it displays some sub list. It displays some sub list. Here I'm going to choose highlight cell rules. Highlight cell rules. When I'm clicking this option, it displays the some sub list. In this sub list, I'm going to choose the option greater than. I'm going to choose the option greater than. So don't forget, student, first click on the column to which you are going to apply the conditional formatting. A second step, click on home tab, and in that you have to choose the conditional formatting which is in the styles group. In that you have to choose highlight cell rules. Here you have, in that you have to choose greater than option. It displays the sum sublist. In that you choose greater than option. After clicking this greater than option, the dialog box is displayed here. The dialog box is appearing on the screen. Here you have to apply the condition. What are all the conditions? Here the condition is what? I need the details of employee, those who are getting a basic more than 20,000. I need employee details. That means I need the details of employee, those who are getting basic more than 20,000. That means greater than 20,000. So what I have to do? I have to enter the value greater than 20,000. After entering the value, here we have to choose the color option. By using the color option, I am going to highlight that values. I am going to highlight the values. Okay. Here light red fill with dark red text. So this option I am going to choose. After choosing the color option, at last you have to click the OK button. At last you have to click the OK button. Now see here student, the Excel displays the data with cells having values greater than 20,000 highlighted in a specific color. Is it clear student? So Excel displays the data with cells having values greater than 20,000 highlighted in a specific color. For that we are using conditional formatting. So the conditional formatting means it enables you to apply formatting to cells by specific particular conditions. Okay. What are all the concepts we have seen in this chapter? Sorting the data, filtering data, advanced filter, and conditional formatting. Okay. After that, we will discuss about some book exercises of chapter 2. Some book exercise of chapter 2. We will see student. So chapter 2 book exercises, we will see choose, then fill ups and match everything. So first one is tick the correct answer. First question, every cell in a spreadsheet has a unique, options are given, property, cell reference, function. You know each and every cell, how we can identify this cell? With the help of the cell reference. Each and every cell which is in a spreadsheet has unique cell reference. So the option B is correct. The option B is correct. Okay. The second question. The predefined formulas are called. What is meant by the predefined formulas? Already you know, predefined formulas are called functions. Predefined formulas are called functions. Okay. Then third question. Which function is used to find the highest number in a set of numbers or a range of cells? Here some functions are given, some options are given. Max, min, height. Height, this is not a function of Excel. This function is not available. Only max and min functions are available. If you want to find out the highest number in set of numbers, you have to use the max function. You have to use the max function. Okay. Which function is used to count cells containing numbers only? Which function? Text function or number or count? The count function. So the count function is used to count cells containing numbers only. Last video class we have discussed. The next, which function of Excel returns quotient of two numbers? Mod function, then quotient, then remainder. Which function returns the quotient of two numbers? Quotient function. Okay. So some functions are available. I explained the mathematical function and statistical function. So these quotient function is coming under the mathematical function. This quotient function is coming under the mathematical function. Okay. Next one is filling the blanks. A formula in Excel always starts with an dash sign. Dash sign. You know, whenever you are entering any formula in Excel worksheet, you have to start with plus sign. You have to start with plus sign. Okay, sorry student, you have to start with equal sign. Sorry, you have to start with equal sign. If you are entering any formula, for example sum function, if you calculate the sum of numbers or average of numbers, it all the formulas are starts, that means begins with equal sign, begins with equal sign. Okay, the next one, second question. In Excel, all the functions are found under the, all the functions are found under the which tab? Having any idea? Formula tab. All the functions are coming under the formula tab. Don't forget student, all the functions are coming under the formula tab. Okay, I will show to you. See here. I'm going to open this Excel. When you are clicking this formula tab, it contains many functions. So all the functions of MS Excel are coming under the which tab? Formula tab. Okay. The next one, A plus B2, A1 plus B2 is an example of dash cell reference. Having any idea? We have seen three types of, we discussed three types of cell references. Relative, absolute, then mixed cell reference. Isn't it or not? Relative, absolute or mixed cell reference. Having any idea? This A1 plus B2 is example of which type of cell reference? Relative. How we are telling? When you enter a cell reference in a formula, for example, A1 contains some value, then B2 contains some value. Okay, the A1 is a cell reference, B2 also a cell reference, is equal to A1 plus B2. Whenever I am entering the cell reference in a formula, Excel assumes it as a relative reference by default. Relative cell reference by default. So this is what? Relative cell reference. Okay. The answer is what? Relative cell reference. Okay. The next one is a dash reference is a cell reference that does not change when copied in other cell. Did you understand student? When you are copying that formula or anything in other cell, it does not change. What type of cell reference? That means absolute. What type of cell reference? That is absolute. Okay. Is it clear student? What type of cell reference? Absolute. Okay. The next one, quotient is a dash function. Quotient is what? Mathematical function. Quotient is what? Mathematical function. Okay. So two functions we discussed. Under this function, it contains many functions, mathematical and statistical. Mathematical and statistical functions we have discussed. Did you understand, student? So 5 fill-ups and 5 choose we have discussed. The next one is match. Okay, see, 4 questions are given in match the following: average, mixed cell reference, relative cell reference, absolute cell reference. Okay, average. So here in this opposite side, HR $02 a function CD13 colon CE13, then $K $23. These options are given. So we have to match this. Average. Average is a one type of function, isn't it or not? Average is a one type of function. So I am going to match. Average is a one type of function. Okay. Average is a one type of function. Okay. The next one is mixed cell reference. You know mixed cell reference. We can use the dollar symbol for any row or column. Okay. So which one is mixed cell reference? Having any idea? Here HR02. HR $02 means it is a one cell. That is a cell reference of this one cell. HR. Here we are using dollar in row, not in column. So this is the mixed cell reference. Okay. So the mixed cell reference here HR $02. Okay. The next one is relative cell reference. You know relative cell reference. It does not contain any that symbol dollar. Why we are using the dollar symbol? If you want to lock the cell, if you want to lock the column or row, otherwise lock the cell, we can use the dollar sign. But here in relative cell reference, we won't use any dollar sign, dollar symbol we won't use. So the relative cell reference for this is CD13 and colon CE13. Okay, student. The next one, absolute cell reference. Absolute cell reference means when you are copying the formula, it does not change. That is absolute cell reference. How we can make the cell as absolute? We have to lock the cell. How we can lock the cell? With the help of the dollar symbol, dollar sign. Don't forget, student, you know what is meant by cell? Cell is nothing but intersection of row and column. So here we locked row as well as column. That means column as well as row. So this is absolute cell reference. This is what? Absolute cell reference. Okay, student. So based on the colors I have matched here. The next one is write the output. Write the output. Here some functions and values are given here. We have to find out the output for this. Let me see with the help of the Microsoft Excel. I am going to find the answer. So sum of 8 minus 6, 3, 20. Okay. 8, then minus 6, then 3, then 20. Okay. We can find out the sum of these numbers with the help of the AutoSum feature. With the help of the AutoSum feature, here after choosing this AutoSum option, the ranges of cell is automatically selected. Then we have to click the enter button. So it displays the value is what? 25. So the answer is what? Here 25. Okay. The next, average. How we can find out the average? The same AutoSum features we can use. See here, student. Average of 45, then 30, then 50, then 47, then 33. Okay, here we have to find out the average of 45, 30, 50, 47, 33. Let me check. what will be the value, what will be the average of this? First you have to choose the auto sum future. In that, average option is given, average function directly we are going to choose. Then after choosing this, we have to click the enter button. Now the average of these 5 numbers is 41. Average of this 5 numbers is what? 41. In some other way also we can choose. I will explain. See, here I choose only the auto sum option. Instead of that, here I can use the formula. Okay. See, here is equal to average of then cell ranges. Here I can choose the cell ranges, then click. Now also it displays the same answer. Did you understand, student? Okay. The next one, max of. So maximum value we have to find out. Some values are given. In that we have to find out the maximum value. What are all the values are given? Minus 30, then 45, 30, then minus 45.4, then 0. Here we have to find out the maximum value among this set of numbers. Set of numbers are given. In this, we have to find out maximum value, maximum number. Okay. Here auto sum futures I am going to use max. After choosing this, I have to press the enter key. So the maximum number among this set of numbers, what? 45. So the answer is what? 45. Did you understand, student? The next power function. Okay. See here, we have to find out the power. Here 2, then 5 is equal to power of these two values, then comma this value. That means 2 power 5. Okay, 2 power 5. So we will get the answer 32. Okay, 2 into 2 into 5 times we have to use 2. So 5 2s. We have to multiply these 5 2s. Okay. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay. That is 2 power 5, 32. Okay. The answer is what? 32. Next, quotient. How we can find out the quotient? First, you have to add these two numbers. 97 plus 43. Then 27 plus 43. After that, we can find out the quotient value. Okay. Let me see. First, we have to add this value is equal to 97 plus 43. Then is equal to 27 plus 43. We have got some answer. That means 140, 70. Now we can find out the quotient for this. Quotient of, we have to choose the cell, then comma, then after that you have to choose this cell B34. Now you will get the answer 2. Okay. So what will be the answer? The quotient of 97 plus 43, 27 plus 43. Answer is what? 2. Did you understand? The next we have to find out the minimum value. Okay. That set of value. From this set of values, we have to find out the minimum value. How? Let me enter the values. Minus 30. Then 45. Then 30. Then minus 45.4. Then 0. Okay. Here I am going to find out the minimum value. Okay. I'm going to apply the auto sum future. In this, I will choose min function. After that, I have to press the enter key. Next, the minimum value is what? Minus 45.4. Minus 45.4. Minus 45.4. So, how many Roman we have discussed? That means 4 Romans we have discussed. So these concepts are in a book exercise. That means it is given in your book chapter 2. Okay. If you are having book, write the answer in your book. What are all the concepts we have discussed in this video class? Chapter 3 and chapter 2 book exercise. Okay, student. I hope you understood my class. We will we will discuss the remaining concepts of chapter 3 in next class. Thank you, students.